Kusama Network. So, Kusama Network right now have made some good strides in terms of development. They have moved out of testnet, and actually we're starting to see some growth in terms of daily transactions. They're still way under where they would need to be to really start being a big competitor in the layer 1 space, but and it's way off its all-time high. So we're going to take a look at what this can hit in this bull cycle. Now, before I get into it, if you are new to this channel, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were coins that I expected were going to do very, very well and make a lot of cash, which is why I bought them up. And you can see what they were worth in the videos when I recorded the videos and released them. These are the highs that these coins went on to hit in the last bull cycle, and these are what your profits would have been if you'd have popped $100 into these coins when I released the vids and sold in the last bull cycle. If you'd have done that for all of them, a $2,600 investment would have made you over 123 grand. Now, the thing is, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you've got cryptos you are not happy with or confident in, you have got to get that sorted. If you don't know where you're going to start, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. So whenever I find any crypto that I think can do very, very well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to be buying, the reasons I'm going to be buying it, and the price that I'm going to be buying it at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing. So my members get in and out of crypto same price as me, so they make the same profit. And if you go on to copymycrypto.com, you'll see some of the profits my members have made. These, of course, are based on past successes, and you can see them on the site as well. Whether it's a quick flip meme coin the members got in and out of in a couple of weeks and did over a 300x, or whether it's Phantom, which in the last bull cycle was one of the biggest gainers, going up nearly 700 times from when my members got in. It made some of them millionaires, and this is public record. It's on the history of this channel, so you can verify it all. And if after doing that you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, all you have to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. Now, Kusama. So Kusama is way off its all-time high. I mean, its all-time high was 623 bucks, so it's a fraction of that right now. Now, in terms of what we've seen, so just a quick run through. Kusama is obviously the canary network for Polkadot. It's basically the experimental blockchain that has huge interoperability and scalability for developers. It's built on Substrate, which is a blockchain building kit developed by Parity Tech. They have the same code base as Polkadot, which is one of the most successful interoperable blockchains. Basically, if a project wants to end up launching on Polkadot, many will start on Kusama. They will trial and test everything out on Kusama with the view of moving their final product onto Polkadot, although many just keep their product on Kusama. And they basically run a ton of parachains. So they benefit from this, from deploying parachains, because there's low bond requirements for validators, and it's really a perfect place for startups to begin. Its founder is Dr. Gavin Wood, who is also the founder of Polkadot. He's also one of the co-founders of Ethereum, outstanding resume. Parity Tech has a huge team with over 100 employees throughout the world. And Kusama itself is funded by Web3 grants. And as I said, there have been some positive signs in terms of development. And we do have to be realistic about where things are at, because we have tons of layer ones out there right now. And the big boys obviously rule the roost in terms of where they sit with regards to market cap. But we have seen recently them hit an all-time high on a daily transaction over the last 30 days, I believe. It was 30,000 transactions per day. So yeah, on July 10th, hit 30,000 transactions in a day. It's highest in the past month. And the reality is look, that isn't a lot. Like, scheme of things, that's not a lot. And we do have to bear that in mind. Because the reality is that we're in a situation where there are dozens and dozens and dozens of blockchains that are doing better volume, much better numbers. But there is usage, so there is an upside here. But all in all, somewhat underwhelmed. But their testnet did do very well. And I think they, in theory, if I remember it correctly, could run a few 100,000 transactions per second based on testnet numbers. But the problem is the usage isn't quite there right now. And maybe it's just that it's not the new shiny thing anymore. You cannot underestimate the importance of being a new shiny thing. The reality is that in each bull cycle, we have seen a new shiny thing that has done very, very well. Some have hung around. Your Solanas in the last bull cycle, that was a new shiny thing, and that hung around. Some have died. Terra. In this current bull cycle, Aptos, Sui, two of the new shiny things that have been that there's been a lot of excitement around. So Kusama itself, the reality is that maybe it isn't new enough at this point. But they have been talking through what their goal is. So the new Kusama vision, 10 million DOT from Web3 Foundation, and to transition away from being a canary network. That is actually their goal. Now, most have voted, it was pretty much a complete vote for this. So the key points were that 10 million Polkadot from Web3 Foundation will be used for the sole benefit of Kusama in order to boost the utility and broad value proposition of the network. And they're going to direct the Web3 Foundation to use some of this 10 million DOT in support of advanced technologies for Kusama, such as zero-knowledge tech, to build Kusama into a major zero-knowledge experimentation bed. And they're going to recognize that Kusama is no longer merely a canary network and instead should be treated as an experiment-centric peer network. And I think that's actually a good vision. I think that's a good idea. I think if they continued down the path of being the canary network for Polkadot, the long-term view of that would be that it's not worth as much as Polkadot. So they're going to be supporting a lot of hackathons, and they're going to be supporting partnering with academic institutions. They're going to try and grow this into something truly special, which at the moment, frankly, it isn't. It's interesting. It's intriguing. They have they have an active community, which is certainly a good sign. But in terms of excitement, there isn't a fat lot. People aren't overly excited about the parachains knocking about on Kusama. And actually, just being a peer that is an experimental peer is a better outlook. It's a better optic, as it were. But actually, I think there is a really big appeal to be in the platform where experiments go, because experiments bring about fascinating results. People are interested in being part of experiments. I mean, hell, people actually, apply to be part of medical experiments. People want to try the new thing because the new thing might make them money. So being the platform for experiments really does appeal and should appeal to a lot of developers. And if we can start seeing surges in growth, if we can start seeing a broader ecosystem, and if we can start seeing zero-knowledge tech being part of the bedrock of Kusama, I think this has a shot to get back to maybe 3 figures. So like $100 could, in theory, happen. But it's going to require some growth across the ecosystem pretty quickly. I don't think zero-knowledge tech is not going to be able to be introduced and embedded in a matter of months. That's going to take time. So really the net growth around the ecosystem is going to be the thing that probably drives this forward, or just the overall usage increasing. And again, how is usage going to increase? That either comes through standard business practices like marketing and advertising, or that you start seeing some institutions that get in that then cause a snowball effect. I think there is an outside chance of $100, but at the moment, I wouldn't say it's likely. There needs to be a lot happen here. But there are positive signs, and I actually do, again, I think the proposal that they've made is a very good step in the right direction. So let's see how that plays out. If you're a Kusama holder, what are you hoping to see from this new proposal, where they sort of are a peer to Polkadot? What are you expecting to see in terms of price? Now that the landscape has shifted, as it were. Let me know in the comments. And guys, we are in a bull cycle. If you've got cryptos you are not happy with, confident in, that aren't making you money, you've got to get it sorted. If you don't know where to start, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a read through the site. This is the site that I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. Whenever I find any crypto that I think is going to do really, really well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to buy, why I'm buying it, and the price I'm going to buy at. Whenever I sell, I do the same thing, so there's zero work for my members. If you go onto my site, you can see some of the testimonials from my members. You can also see some of the profits that they have made, and they're based on past successes, and some of them you can see on the site as well. Not least of which is Phantom. Phantom was one of the biggest gainers in the last bull cycle. If you're unfamiliar with Phantom, it's known as Sonic now. But Phantom went up nearly 700 times in the last bull cycle, from half a cent when my members got in. Made some of them millionaires, which is public record. It's on the history of this channel. And if you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, it's really simple. All you have to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. And if you do, I will see you there. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.